Peace and love.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up!
Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast.
That high fruit. That high fruit means you have to bypass the low-hanging fruit so that you can get the thing that you gotta stretch for, so you can get the thing you gotta become for. I had to become somebody for this anointing. I had to become somebody to keep this job. I had to become somebody to write this play. I had to become somebody to stay in this marriage. I had to become somebody to raise these children. I could have stayed the same. I could have been drinking like everybody else. I could have been partying like everybody else. I like to get down too, but I had to become somebody.
Peace and love.
I had to become what the world would think was foolish,
Peace and love.
but me and God would know was wisdom.
Me in queue, because usually if you do a conference call, they put you in queue and they say, we'll wait until the host arrives. So I dial into this call, and what I hear is, and Monique is not on this call, I hear Samore, Adele Givens, and Laura Hayes talking about me.
Oh my God.
I
can't take it. What's gonna happen?
I hear discussions about my appearance. I hear discussions about my ability. Why is she going to be a part? What do we need her for? And this is my recollection of this call. And I was startled and hurt. But I have to say this. I was so shocked and hurt that I could not unmute my phone and go, hey, bitch, I hear you. You know, like they talking about me, you know.
Did you also keep wanting to hear what they were saying, or did you feel like you wanted to?
Hell yeah. So I stayed on all of the call with my phone on mute, but I thought, take notes.
Yeah.
Listen, because rarely would we hear someone talking about us and saying what they truly feel about us. So I'm like, oh, okay, right on, okay. And I'm thinking, I ain't did that, but you know, and then after I listened to all this, and I want every woman to hear this, I was bruised, but I wasn't broken.
Yeah.
You are not just a woman, you are a sacred vessel. I'm not trying to put our women on a pedestal that they don't deserve to be on. No man is a man without a woman.
That's fact.
It's a woman that helps the man to be a man. A man that don't have a woman don't know if he's one. What do I mean by that? A woman will test you to see if you are what you say you are. Any woman that you fall in love with, she love you too, but she gonna try you.
Peace and love.
That's her nature. She gotta know that she can depend on you. She gotta know that you'll stand up for her. She got to know that you'll back up the children that she brings in the world for us.
That's fact.
I can do it.
All right, let's
Then
see.
why did you start with that this song?
Peace and love.
Let me sing Abru.
All right.
Go on. Abru, I can fly.
Yeah, right.
Aburu vaca fry, Aburu vaca touch the sky, and just come in every fly away. Come to me and fly away, baby. Aburu vaca fry, Aburu vaca touch the sky. Almost just in every fly a team, on the break and fly away. Aburu vaca.
Yo. Peace and Love Podcast, man. We back in the building. It's a beautiful Tuesday. I am one of your hosts. My name is Image. You can follow me at EMCGEEE. Follow up. Got my boy Trey Green in here.
We in this thing, bro.
That's all right, man. Let's get the hand claps going one more time. We had such a lovely show yesterday.
Righteous.
There it is. So what's up, man?
What's the deal,
Good to be back in the building, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we sure do, man. You might as well jump straight into it.
We might as well jump straight into it.
Look,
Look,
we finna dive right into it. I got one for you, man.
Okay.
I got this is the ultimate question right here, right?
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's the ultimate question probably, all females ask. Why do men cheat, bro?
Why do men cheat? We going there today.
Off the rip, bro.
All right, that's where we going.
That's the question, bro. Why do men cheat, man? What's your take on it? First of all, do all men cheat? You feel me?
I think we just gonna get this said. We know black men don't cheat. We gonna get that out
Come
the way.
on, man.
That's
Y'all
a
know
fact.
black men don't cheat.
That's
Stop
a fact.
playing with
Here we
us.
go.
That's a fact.
So I feel like to be honest though, I feel like as younger men,
Yeah.
we have to go through things to mature, right?
Okay.
So until you understand the hurt that's brought along with cheating, until you understand like how you can really affect somebody, and then you understand like you have to actually lose something. When you actually lose a woman that you messed up because you cheated, that's when I think a man can put two and two together and say, you know what, I need to stop messing around because I don't want to feel this type of hurt no more. That's what I think.
So okay.
So I think men cheat as younger men. They cheat because you don't necessarily know no better.
So you saying younger men cheat? Basically, when we younger, we cheat because you don't know how it affects the person you cheating on.
Right. Well, you don't see because when you're younger and you cheat, if you get away with it, you good. You don't necessarily think about the repercussions coming behind it. When you're a young man and you think you're gonna creep on your girl or something, right? You set it up and going out with the homies or something like that when you're younger, and you don't think about all the missing parts of your story. You're just thinking about the big parts. Like, okay, long as she don't catch me in the act, I can prove that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? She can't prove that I was cheating, right?
Right.
As a younger man, you don't necessarily put all the pieces together. So I think as you get older, and like I said, you kind of have to go through something. In my experience, you got to lose a woman because you messed it up, and really you can't get her back. And then you like, okay, I understand the repercussions that come along with this. Because if you never get caught, nothing ever happens.
Then you
it's
think
nothing.
it's okay.
It's like stealing.
But what about what happens with all the old men that cheating? Like, is cheating just a young man? You saying cheating is a young man thing, or cheating is just don't matter what age?
I'm saying cheating is a young man's game because as you get older, as you get more mature, you learn how to communicate your wants and desires, right? So you don't necessarily have to be out here cheating. You learn how to orchestrate your situation. So as an older, more mature man, I don't know, man. That's a rough one. I'm gonna say as a mature man, you understand how the repercussions of your actions.
Understood.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you on that one. I'm just trying to figure out.
On the surface, people cheat because they're not happy or they're not being satisfied.
Understood. So so it's different variables to it anyway. So it's not necessarily the age, is what you're saying. It could be something missing from the relationship. It could be this person just want to cheat,
That's
or it could
fact.
be that this person is just different.
That's fact.
So you can't necessarily just say
There's no common denominator.
So
I think it's just a lot of different variables. It could be a lot of different combinations as to why people cheat.
I agree with you on that. Now let me ask you this: while we speaking on that, because society, men, it's already set in stone that men, we dogs, right? Quote
True.
unquote. We dogs.
We know women do the same thing, and they do it even worse.
And that's what I'm hitting on.
And why they say we dogs, we got to cheat with the women. So if we dogs, what are the women we doing? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was hitting on, right?
That's
so
fact.
Do you think men cheat more than women, or you think women cheat more than, or do you think
That's fact.
Do you think it's the same?
No.
So
I feel like
men don't cheat more than women.
I feel like just in their nature, like you think about your old lady or whatever the case is, like you can't even see her, you can't even fathom her doing that. Like you put her on such a pedestal, right? So it's like I feel like a lot of times we're naive to the things that women can do, but I feel like they know that they just slicker than us. They just know how to finesse it a little different.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I guess you might be right about that. I think women lie better than men anyway, bro. So
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole different story.
That's a whole nother story.
We can go to Eve in the Garden of Eden.
From the beginning of time. You feel what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. I feel like both parties cheat the same amount, maybe.
Right.
But women slicker. Women, they lie better.
Yeah.
Women know how not to change their pattern.
Exactly. We're not good at that.
No. Men, women could recognize our pattern change immediately.
Exactly.
We just that stupid. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? That's just
because we're not paying attention to that pattern.
No.
We're not. But they know. He come in, he do this, he wash his face, he sit down, he do this. Like women know your pattern. Yeah.
But do you think if you cheat on a girl, can you cheat on a girl and still be in love with her?
I think so.
Because I think
you can.
I think so too, but how do you explain that?
You can't explain it because it's backwards. It's an oxymoron. It's like if you love me, how can you possibly cheat on me? Why did you do that? Exactly.
Right, but but like we said earlier though, you might have rough patches in the relationship to where somebody actually does go out and step out.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it might, whatever rough patch y'all had, it might whatever the case may be. So I do feel like you could step out the relationship and still be in love with that person.
True.
But I kind of think it's a little different when you actually married, though.
Yeah. And honestly, what I had to learn about, I wouldn't say I got caught up, and I didn't get caught up a lot, but the time that I did get caught up, and I had to be on the receiving end of it, because I was always I'm always the one that's hurting feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We always dipping and dodging or whatever the case is. But when it was brought to me and I got my feelings hurt, that's when I realized, okay, I don't need to be doing this because I know what that feels like now. And as crazy as that sounds, that's what it took for me to really be like, you know what? I gotta be careful out here because I don't want to be hurting nobody because I know what that feels like.
Understood.
And I got a story about man.
Temptation ain't no joke though. Temptation never go away.
No, it won't ever go away.
No, temptation ain't no joke. But I think, like you said though, some men get naive and they put their woman on a pedestal like, nah, she ain't gonna do that. And then when she do it, men be extra crushed.
Absolutely.
That's why we can't take you back.
Yeah. And that's when the guns come out and that's when things get real dangerous.
Yeah.
And when you emotional, when you in an emotional rage, it could be very dangerous, man. Yeah. Very dangerous because you be so emotional. You don't be thinking logical. Yeah. Yeah. Crimes of passion is real.
Why do you think women quicker to take their man back for cheating versus men?
I don't know. I feel like just between men, we know if a woman cheats, right, and she actually goes through the act of cheating, she got to be feeling this dude
emotionally,
everything.
Yeah, you lost it
on all levels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if she had already cheated, that means she's been talking to him at work already. You know, most women got their little work boyfriend, so she's been talking to him at work. You know, she might hit him, when she get home or whatever before y'all in the living room together and all that. So she's kind of been leading up there. Before she actually goes all the way in and it happens, she's connected emotionally, physically, all of that. So it's like, man, if she gave it up, then
it's
a
over
wrap.
with.
Exactly,
It's a wrap.
wrap.
She's emotionally connected to that man.
And I had a situation in the past, man, where the woman I was dating at the time, when things started to get bad, she would go to work and she would talk about our relationship to the dude.
Do it at the work. Yeah. And then that's the guy.
That's the guy who was there
exactly
when it went down.
That's how it always happens.
That's how it happens. So it's like, initially you're gonna be mad. You just mad, right? So you're gonna be mad at the dude when it hit the fan. But it's like, man, I can't be mad at this brother. Like he just doing what any man to do.
But the whole thing is, me personally, I ain't finna be mad at the dude. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm gonna take it up with the woman. You feel me? But would you feel some type of way if dude knew he was in a relationship with you? Well, obviously he did. If she was coming back telling the business.
What's crazy, man? One time, this was years ago. Yeah. But the specific young lady, we had been in a relationship for off and on for a minute, and we had actually went to this cat's house before. Like he had like a Christmas party type of deal, so I knew who he was. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So when it went down, it was like, wow, like I can't be mad at you, bro. I wanted to shake his hand, like, man, you did a good job. You know what I'm saying?
I guess he's looking at it like his loyalty is not to you. I guess.
No, that ain't my homie.
It ain't
you know what I'm
homie.
saying?
Yeah.
I can't be mad at you, bro. It is what it is.
I ain't gonna be mad at the player. I got to take it up with the woman.
Exactly. But see, I had to learn my lesson. As a younger man, I just wasn't moving correctly. Like, had I been taking care of my own grass, he couldn't have came and watered my grass. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get on the other grass and this grass. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where you met.
Exactly.
You didn't take care of your own from.
Exactly. So I understand. So it's a lesson in all of that. It's like if we can look back at our experiences and try to pull a lesson from it, that's the lesson. Like, okay, I can't be mad at that woman. Like, I got to be accountable. Like, I made the bed for that to happen. I made that bed, so I got to lay in that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Look at the man in the mirror.
Absolutely.
Understood.
I don't know if you heard about this, Lil Reese.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't really know the details of it, but they say he was shot, and I think he.
I mean, so basically the story that came out.
Life?
Yeah, they said he's in critical condition. They said it was a driver with Wisconsin plates. He was in Chicago, Illinois, at a country club. Said the driver was, tracing him. He was on the move or whatever. They said he shot 12 times. Lil Reese got hit in the neck one time, and now he's in critical condition. So,
damn.
Everybody's kind of waiting to see what happens. So, peace to that brother, man. Hope he can pull through.
Yeah, hell yeah. Pray for that man. Hopefully he pulled through for sure.
Man.
I'm tired of seeing all these younger rappers getting shot and killed, especially in Chicago, bro. It's ridiculous.
Man,
you feel me?
It's crazy in Chicago, man. Like
it's so many rappers, bro, even like that we don't even know that lost their life in Chicago. You feel what I'm saying? That's like, so, man, something need to change down there, bro.
Yeah,
seriously. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But I saw, like, a while back, too, he ran into somebody, they jumped him, they was recording it and all of that, too. Did you see that one?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they caught him. Obviously, they caught him slipping, and they jumped him, put it on the camera, and all of that old stuff. Man. It was on the internet and everywhere. It went viral. But yeah, he posted it. He tweeted about it or something like that, about like the ops caught him lacking and all that
crazy,
stuff.
Man.
It's crazy, bro. It's sad to see, man.
It's like you look at all the music videos, man. You look at this culture. If you look at black culture, man, just from on a hip hop standpoint, everywhere, Texas, man, Texas, New York. You name it, any city, South Carolina, it's like so many brothers are wrapped up in this gang. Like, imagine if we didn't have that. Imagine if so many black men wasn't wrapped up in that, and so many brothers wasn't in jail and incarcerated. Like, imagine if we didn't have that type of war to fight. Like,
I mean, stuff would be way different.
It would.
You feel
Absolutely.
me? I feel like with that stuff, people put they self, like, it's so crazy to see that, like you said, bro. Why is it that every place, I'm going to say, where there's a lot of, large black population, we got the same issues?
What's that? What would you say the issues are?
I'm not even going to say gangs, but just every hood we got the same issues. People, you got gangs, you got the drugs, you got the violence, you got this, you got that. What the hell is it to where every hood we always fighting each other? You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah,
is that a systematic plan, or is that just something? This is just a coincidence. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't think it's a coincidence, man. But it's like at this point in the game, it's almost. It's like we can't be pointing the fingers at everybody else. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we gotta look at ourselves.
Yeah, at some point. Now maybe who started it, but now it's like, man, ain't no white boys out here banging.
Right about that, and but see, that's the part right there that strike up the conversation. People get offended, people get mad when you say that. Like, cause I was just on the way here, right? I'm thinking to myself, bro, who started the Bloods and the Crips?
Well, we can go back to Kodak Black, right? But yeah, we can get the history, and we did.
We did.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
And what 50, 40, 30 years later, whatever time it's been. We still doing the same thing, and we still killing each other. That's us doing that to each other.
Exactly. Regardless of how it started, because it wasn't started for us to kill each other with the gangs. It was started as protection from the white boys, really. But
it's at the same time, though, they started doing the bad shit.
Yeah, absolutely. When the guns
we started
and the drugs
robbing,
came,
we was robbing. Well, we blacks as a whole, they started robbing people and robbing people for their leather coats and jacking this and jacking that, and now you fucking up your own community.
Exactly.
And now that's why we got what we got right now.
So what's the solution? Because I feel like you a lot closer to that than I am. Like, we both are, born and raised out here, so we both have our experiences with it. But you a little more closer to it, being at your family and things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember you the first person to take me to the Jordan Down project, I believe. Is that where Nana was?
Yeah, my grandmother.
Absolutely. So it's like you had 10 toes on the ground and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So even so speak to that. What do you think it would take for, maybe it can't stop, but will we ever stop fighting with each other? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna say this, bro. It's so crazy because my grandmother, she died in the Jordan Projects. R.I.P. my grandmother Nano. She died over there, and then
That's
the other side of my family. They all from the niggas in guards. You feel me?
Right.
But long story short, I don't think that when you got a small community and you got just of course the crime is everybody like you're gonna commit if you're gonna commit a crime, if you're gonna steal, you probably 9 times out of 10 is gonna happen within your community. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So it's gonna be some black on black crime, period, right. Regardless, because that's just what
where the crime is gonna take place.
Because we
that's where you at.
But I feel like so you can't completely stop crime, but I feel like you could minimize it, meaning like you could. Like black on black murders for this gang senselessness shit, you can. I believe you could put a halt to that.
Would that take the big homies in the hood to do that? It's gonna take the young cats too.
This what I think.
Because those are the gunners, right? The young guys are the one that's keeping it active. How you get through to them to tell them, hey,
the OGs really gotta put the stamp down. Like this my opinion, bro. Because the young dudes, they ain't trying. They like, I'm not finna. What you mean peace with them? Y'all had us. Yeah. Sworn with them, and exactly. Now you want to turn around and tell me
peace. Exactly.
Now you talking about peace. That don't make sense. Exactly. But I think what has to happen is everybody got to be on one accord, and they have to put the smash down. Exactly. Like you have to. What happens is once everybody get on one accord, that person that's still trying to beef with everybody, you really got to kick them out the way. You got to get rid of them.
Exactly.
You can't be a part of this. You got to get on. Exactly. Otherwise, you're going to mess up the flow.
You're going to mess up the lineage of it.
That's what people got to do, bro. And once you get to the point to where more people want peace than none, then they don't, then the ones that don't.
Exactly.
The people that want the peace got to put the smash down and really smash on all the ones
exactly.
that
We're not having none of that. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? That's the only way I see it being minimized. You can't minimize crime, but I feel like you can slow the gang violence down, similar to what you see with the East Coast and the F-13s.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel me? But that happened because I was watching an interview. OG from East Coast. I don't even know him, but shout out Lil Doc Thone though. I like watching his interviews on Kev Mac. Shout out Kev Mac. Yeah, but he they pretty much got the car, bro. It went all the way from the top, from the Mexican Mafia in the prison, in the pen.
Really?
And they called down like this got to stop.
Yeah.
And they linked it together, and you feel me? And they got it going. Yeah. But even prior to that, some people, that was a huge thing, but people don't even know too that when I was watching Lil Doc Thone interview, the East Coast, they actually squashed their beef they had with the Kitchen Crips too.
Really? So they squashing all their beefs?
I don't know if they squashing all, but they making an effort to make something, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, word to that. Shout out to them for doing that for sure.
That's
for sure.
fact.
You feel me?
And what's crazy, you see a lot of cats who came up, well, like say for instance Snoop Dogg, right? Somebody who was a stamped gang member when he came in, who really flew the flag for Crips and everything. He was the first Crip, for sure. It was a real
the rapper the world know
the most popular Crip in the world. Absolutely,
I'm gonna say that because Eazy-E and them came first, but
they wasn't really banging
they
like
wasn't pushing it in the record. Snoop, he did it. He
absolutely,
probably the most famous Crip,
and he the one that looked the part. He looked like a Crip. Everything. He was a Crip, right? So on his last album that he just recently put out, you can see a lot of cats getting older and they start changing up. They start saying like, you know what, man, we need to change this. We don't need to be violent. We need to start doing other things. He had a track called One Blood, One Cuz, and at the beginning of it, he had an interview from somebody who was in a pen for life, who was an active member, and he was talking about, like you said, how some people be saying they be on the fuck peace thing, and it's like, we gotta really get to the place where we can connect to the younger cats. Like, man, we gotta be peaceful. I just want y'all to hear this interview real quick before this song, man. And this, like, again, this is a cat who was a rep, who was on the streets and said he's done more work than anybody, and he couldn't understand when they was bringing the peace to him. He was against it, but now he said he understands how necessary it is, how positive it is. So y'all check this out.
Just something I wanted to address real
if
Shout
we
out
can,
to him for that.
yeah, that's real, man. So it's like he's saying, man, we in a pen, and the people that we beef with on the streets, I gotta wait to walk the child with them to make sure that we good. Like we cool in here, so why we can't be cool on the streets?
Right, but let me ask you this: how do you, like, how are you supposed to? Because some of us, right? Some people been affected by like just the violence in itself. Some people lost their family member.
That's
right?
that. Yeah.
So
right.
how do you tell somebody
to let that go?
to let that go?
You right. That's
you
real.
feel me? Because it's been a lot of death. But then at the same time, bro, I look at it like this, man. If you lost a family member, but there's plenty of other people on the other side that lost the same thing, that did the same thing.
Yeah.
You may have not killed them, but one of your homies that you with in this gang did, bro.
Exactly.
So it's like
So you saying everybody got a loss?
everybody got a loss, you know, but you can't necessarily tell nobody how to take the loss.
Exactly. That I think that's why a lot of stuff keep going because like you can't tell nobody to stop grieving and let it go.
Yeah, but at a certain point, you got to.
Yeah.
You get me? Because then again, you're going to end up in there.
Yeah.
Like him. But I do feel, I understand, I get it, bro. When people say when the youth say they don't want to make peace, I get it. I understand it. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I
They
get
not
it
necessarily
completely.
wrong for that because
because you just killed my you may have killed my
Absolutely.
daddy, you may have killed my uncle, you may have killed my cousin, or even my homeboy that I grew up with, elementary school with. So I get it. They on some eye for an eye type stuff. But where I feel it mess up is because they never go find a man.
Yeah, they instead of finding the person they got the beef
They
with,
go get anybody.
Exactly, and that's where the
then
problem
it
starts.
and everybody get affected. You know what I'm saying? And then
That's a fact.
and that's what I feel like. That's where the problem lies. Like if you, I don't know, bro. Cause I kind of agree with the eye for an eye. I ain't gonna lie.
I understand. If you
I
hit me,
ain't
I'm gonna hit you back. That's your
If you
thing.
hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
Absolutely,
Bro. You
absolutely.
should get hit back.
Yeah, if you hit me,
You
should
knew
get
what
hit
you was
back.
doing before you hit me anyway.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's what I get it, bro. But when you start taking lives, you can't get that life back once you take it.
Yeah, once innocent kids is getting killed, babies, and you know what I'm saying. Once it's like that,
Yep.
When you doing drive-bys and shooting up the whole party type of thing, like now it's going too far, bro. If we could have it where it's like the westerns and y'all meet on the alley,
Y'all meet in the alley and do
y'all
what you
turn
gonna
and
do.
draw and shoot,
That's cool.
Y'all do y'all thing.
I'm with you on that.
But it has to be some guidelines set in place for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? It should be
Facts.
like no crime against civilians. If y'all doing y'all dirt, y'all should be doing it within each, you know what I'm saying, amongst each other. It shouldn't affect the flow of the neighborhood and all that. But that's ideal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's ideal, but
That's
is that
fact.
ever gonna happen?
No, that's more utopian. That probably never ever happen.
Yeah, but I will say this though, out here in LA though, you really like I would hear growing up, you would hear more drive-bys and innocent people getting shot than what I do now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Every
I don't
night.
know if that's factual, you know, based on statistics, but I'm going based on just living and what I'm seeing. You get what I'm
The
saying?
90s was times 10 for sure.
80s, 90s, all that,
Yeah.
all of that was turned up. That shit was ridiculous, man. But I can say it kind of the streets of LA kind of calmed down on the brighter side.
Overall, yeah.
Which is a good thing. So
Absolutely.
you know, that's always
That's always good.
Yeah, hell
absolutely.
yeah.
And in other news, man, I don't know if you guys saw Trina going off in Walmart.
Yeah,
Now I think this is a
seen
teachable
that.
moment, right?
Big fact.
She
was going off. Somebody said something for real.
So I got the audio. We're gonna play the audio.
Play it.
They said that we're gonna play the audio. This white, she was in Walmart. One of the workers called her a nigger bitch.
Yeah.
And historically, white folks try to throw that out there to take all the steam out of you, to make you feel like terrible.
Yep.
In the 60s that worked and all that. But bro, we not marching. We not singing those songs, bro.
Yeah.
If you call me a nigga, you feel me? I'm gonna bust your head open,
Be a
man.
problem.
So
Yeah.
it's not the same time. So I think these white folks are starting to see like we can't be calling these black folks niggers because
And
they're not going
that's the first thing they do too, bro,
fact.
when they want to
Yeah.
bother you. But I think that's so old now to the point where I'm probably gonna slap you just on principle, but
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna be mad.
No, I'm not offended, but I'm
I'm not
offended
mad
that you
'cause
think that you could take me there.
Right, because I'm used to you. I'm used to y'all saying that, or not
Yeah.
necessarily used to. I expected you to say that because
Exactly.
you want to get under my skin.
But you know
So
that's
I'm
the
not even
lowest
looking
of
at
the
you.
low. And you know they pulled that card because they
But I
trying to
still
hurt
gotta
you.
get up on you just for principle because you disrespected me. Bro.
It's like
So I
like
gotta
we
keep-
said, like with thief. If you never get caught stealing, you gonna keep stealing.
You gonna keep
So
stealing,
if I let you if I allow you to call me a nigger and I don't bust your head open, you might call somebody else a nigger.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen.
Big facts.
So I'm looking out for you, honestly.
Yeah, facts.
So let's hear this audio of Trina and this white lady in Walmart.
Say the motherfucking again. Say
dirty ass bitch. Say it motherfucking again. I am a nigga. I am a nigga, bitch. Say it again.
Damn, she
Say it again. I dare you to say it. I dare you to motherfucking say it. Call who you want to call.
So the lady backs up. She on the phone now, like I don't want none of that problem. Because
that was a lady or that was a man?
I'll play it one more time. That was a lady. So the lady called her that. Let me turn the camera so y'all can see this. This was all on TMZ, everything. And again, man, y'all make sure y'all tune into the Tammi Mac Show every day, 3 to 7. She might talk about this today. I'm not sure, but check this out.
Say it again. Say the motherfucking again.
Trina,
say it again. Say it again. Say the fucking again, you dirty ass bitch. Say the motherfucking again. I am a nigga. I am a nigga, bitch. Say it again. Say it again. I dare you to say it. I dare you to motherfucking say it. Call who you want to call.
Then you want to call the police and all.
That's what they do. So they do things and they call the police. But I think it's important. I'm not condoning being out in public and acting a fool. Yeah. But sometimes you got to go there to let somebody know, hey, bro, this not the 60s, man. Yeah. If you call me a nigga, I'm going to bust your head open.
Yeah. Like, Trina wasn't wrong at all for
absolutely.
That. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. You call this woman a nigga, bitch. Come on, bro. You knew what was going. I feel like that's a setup.
Yeah.
You knew how she was gonna react. You absolutely. Had you had some type of idea that she was gonna trip out.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But they do that on purpose. Then they act like the victims, and it's like that's not cool. They gotta stop doing that, man.
Big fact. I'm with you on that. Yeah. I ain't mad at Trina for that at all whatsoever.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but I feel like Walmart should be accountable for that too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Walmart should be accountable for that. What type of employees y'all hiring?
Exactly.
Yeah, and my whole thing is if she got hired with them type of ideal or her concepts.
Who's doing the hiring?
You feel me?
Yeah, we need to go all through there and see what's going on.
You need to go, clean the whole Walmart up.
Exactly.
Big facts, get all of them up out of there.
Man, it's not cool, man.
But that ain't gonna happen, though.
It ain't gonna ever happen. But see, as we gotta see that, and we gotta take our business somewhere else. Yeah. We gotta. But see, we need our own Walmart. We need a black Walmart.
My mama.
You know what I'm saying?
Black Mart.
Black Mart. There it is. We need a black Target. We need a black grocery store. We need a black everything.
Hey, as a matter of fact, hold on. We gotta. It's not a. I don't think it's not a actual black grocery store. But we got a black grocery store owner.
Yeah. In Compton somewhere, right?
Right on
Rosecrans Central.
Yeah. What's that? The grocery store outlet.
Yeah,
the grocery outlet.
That's
right there.
That's a fact. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. Word to her for sure. But the grocery outlet in itself is not owned
by black folks.
Exactly.
But it's good to see her making some moves.
You feel me?
We about to go holler at her, man. Try to get her on the show too.
Bando and a bando. Keep choosing like Rambo.
Let's see what else we got that happened. Summer Walker, man. You said you hadn't heard her album yet.
Nah.
London on the Track produced her whole album.
Okay.
The album is banging. I can't front. The album is dope. So she's an emo. She's very like a recluse. She don't really like to talk. You see in all her interviews, she real dry.
Wait, break down emo for the people that don't know what emo is.
So emo is like a recluse, like somebody who like sit in the corner. She come around, sit in the corner. I don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Just leave me alone type of deal. Like real anxious, anxiety ridden, low self-esteem type of thing. Yeah. But these aren't shots at her. I like her music. She seems like a really nice girl. Yeah. You just think she's been honest with her fans about. So she's on tour right now. Yeah. And when you're socially anxious and stuff like that, you don't like to do shows. You don't like to tour. You don't like to be in front of people like that. You like to go in the studio, do your thing, and that's it. You don't really like to do the shows and stuff. So she's on tour now. She said this is gonna be my last tour. After this tour, I'm not ever going on tour anymore.
Wow, she just
started.
Artist,
but she said, I'm not doing no more tours. Like I'm doing albums, but no more tours, right? Yeah. So she's on her tours, and most of these albums they have bundles. You can pay an extra $200, and you can do like a meet and greet.
Meet and greet.
Absolutely. So she's having her meet and greets, and you know Twitter allows fans to really voice their opinions. Yeah. A lot of people are paying these $200 for the meet and greets. Yeah. And they're going to the meet and greets, and they like she won't hug anybody. She really won't talk to people. Like she might say hi to every 3 or 4 people that walk by, but she like, don't touch me. I don't want to hug you. Hello. But she's like, so the fans are, tweeting out about this. Like we paid all this money and she's ungrateful and this and that. Yeah. But she's saying, look, I'm an empath, which means that I feel everybody's energy, right? If I'm around a bunch of strangers, I can't be hugging everybody because I'm getting all that energy on myself, right? And you guys should you guys should respect my space as an artist. Like we here, we cool, but I don't want to hug you. I'm not a hugger. I shouldn't have to hug you, right? Let me give you the exact statement that she said.
I feel like she shouldn't be doing meet and greets. But at the same time, though, as an artist, especially as a male artist, you probably want to watch who you're hugging and who you're shaking hands and do all that, because you'll have mess around and have a case by tomorrow.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't knocking her for that. You know, but she is who she is. And if y'all listen to her music and you true fans, then you know that's her.
You know that's her, right?
That's
she should
just
respect
like
that.
Exactly. That's just like how if you go to a Lauryn Hill concert, you know she ain't coming on time.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You feel me?
She not gonna be there on time.
She not gonna be there on time.
And she not using them original beats either.
So don't be mad. Like if you a real true fan, you know what time it is.
Exactly.
Period. Point blank. If you a fan of Snoop and you get to the show.
And it smell like weed.
It smell like weed. Now you
tripping.
Don't be tripping.
Exactly.
That's who we smoke weed.
Exactly.
You a fan,
Exactly. So this is what she said. I just want to say to all the fans that purchase meet and greets, I really appreciate you guys taking the extra time to share your stories with me, and I thank you and the laughs, and we spread time together.
Yeah.
Because I don't give hugs. I don't know what to tell you. I'm an empath, and that transference of energy from that many people each day would literally kill me. Y'all may not understand what I'm talking about, but for example, there's a lot of people faking the funk with a smile on their face, like they got life together and they suffering on the inside. But she's saying, I can't do that. I can feel the pain. I can feel all of that energy, and I can't hide it. So if I'm asking you guys not to hug me, and I don't want to touch everybody that come around and all that, you guys should respect that. But she getting a lot of heat from her fans.
Yeah, but I respect where she coming from. But you are charging the people extra $200.
So you gotta work essentially.
This is a lot of damn money you charging me to come and give you a hug.
Yeah.
That's you did.
And you need to give me a hug for $200.
You better shake my hand, or you don't have. If you don't want to touch me, talk.
Yeah, say more than hi. Let's
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
$200, $200. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
Why would I pay? Because let's be real. Why would I pay $200 when I could just? If I go, I could go to Beverly Hills. I might run into you then.
Absolutely.
Shopping in the store.
Absolutely.
You feel me? I might run into you now. What? Come on, man.
So you got to go to, as an artist, you got to go the extra mile, man. If people are gonna spend their hard-earned money, don't act like that when they come to the meet and greet. Just try to meet them halfway, like you saying. Maybe not give them a hug, but just be cool with them or something.
It's a fine line when they spending their money. You don't know how these people getting their money. You don't know if this they last. You don't know nothing.
Exactly.
You got people. I'm sure that's rich. That's her for you. But you also got people that probably work at they make minimum wage, and they spent their hard earned money on this extra $200 plus whatever ticket they bought to get in the show, and then now you want to act like that.
That's gonna be bad.
Yeah, that's not a good look. You feel me? But it's always two sides to the coin, though.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is happening. This rapper, man, it's kind of hard to feel sorry for this guy, man. And I hate to see brothers have all this tough bravado. They do all of this stuff, and then they fall into the trap. They go to court, and then they start begging the judge for mercy.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Kodak?
Mr. Kodak Black.
Yeah.
And I like Kodak, you know what I'm saying? But when he jumped out of pocket about Nipsey and all of that,
yeah, I wasn't.
It was just like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling. I wasn't feeling none of that. When I was rocking with Kodak until he did the whole Nipsey stuff. You feel me?
And it was just like, okay, man, I'm not gonna necessarily speak out against you, but I'm not gonna necessarily support you either, man.
Right.
But right now, he pled guilty to one count of a felony. What was it? So he made a false statement to the court. A felony false statement in acquisition of a firearm. So he's a felon. He wasn't supposed to get a firearm.
He went in there and lied. He bought a gun, supposedly, I guess, purchased a legal gun, but he wasn't supposed to or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I heard the story, but yeah, I see. Like you, it's like what you saying is like you go out here and you commit all of this crime and do all of this shit, and then you beg for mercy.
Yeah, it's like we got to know if you go into the courtroom, man, begging the judge, asking the judge for leniency, is just, I feel like it's laughable because you fell into the trap that they set for you. It's like going fishing and then you get the fish, right? And then the fish like, come on, man, like throw me back. You know what I'm saying? let me swim some more. Let me get my gills strong and I can come back next week. Like, I set the trap for you. Why would I reason with you? That don't make sense.
But then again, to play devil's advocate, did the rat know it was a trap until he got caught in it? Until it snapped?
He should have known.
Now he found out it's a trap.
He should have known because we been fishing since Jesus, right? So if you don't know that people out here fishing, then you deserve to get caught, right? If you a fish, you see all these fishes getting caught on a daily basis. Kodak Black know what's going on.
So you saying a fish shouldn't just swim then?
You got to be.
Where should the fish go?
The fish should go where it's safe. You should go where you should go where it's safe.
You can. Is it safe anywhere? Because a hook, you can toss a hook anywhere.
Yeah, the hook can only go so deep, and we don't fish everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Kodak know what's going on here in these streets with rappers and buying guns and all that. You know what the game is, so don't.
I ain't gonna cap though. I'm gonna be real with you.
What's that?
If I do something and I get caught,
you go. I'm saying
I'm gonna fight for the last, the shortest amount of time.
Absolutely.
Like, damn, if you got me on camera,
that's a fact.
Why wouldn't I? But then again,
that's survival.
Yeah. But in the back of my mind, I know I put myself in the situation.
Yeah.
I fucked up. But if I can get up out, if I can weasel my way out of it,
yeah. But it's not gonna
do it.
There's no weasel. That's why I gave you the reference about the fish. If I catch this fish, there's nothing the fish can tell me to have me throw it back. Bro, I'm finna eat you.
So okay, so if that's the case, then if we gonna go based on what you saying, then he shouldn't even get a lawyer to defend him.
He shouldn't. If you black man, you go to court, you don't even need no lawyer. It's a wrap. You might not get the max, but we don't win when we go to court, bro.
But you saying so you saying if you did it, you might as well accept.
Yeah, I'm saying if you're gonna be a man with it, exactly. If you're gonna be a man, if you're gonna be out here disrespectful, if you're gonna do the crime, don't go to court and start begging the white boys for leniency. Don't do that. Stand on what you did.
I can respect that, but what if the time doesn't permit the crime? Like what if
it's never gonna be fair. The time is gonna be way more. But I'm saying we already know. That's what I'm saying.
It's nothing new. We know how the system go. You know they finna.
Exactly. You know they finna railroad you, bro. So why would you even ask this man for leniency? You look like a sucker. Just stand there and take what you gonna get. Cause ain't nothing you gonna say that's gonna make him be like, you know what? It's nothing the fish gonna tell me to be like, I ain't gonna eat this fish tonight. He right. I'm gonna let him get his gills right.
What if the fish turn around and say, hey, homie, I got a wife and 3 kids down there under the sea. What's happening?
Hey, bro, you should have been over here swimming because you know we fish right here. I'm finna eat you, man. Kodak is finna get cooked, bro. He finna get ate.
That's not a system where they don't give a damn.
No, they gonna sit there just like that
and look at you like you silly while you ask.
They might play this in the court, like it's a wrap. You getting cooked, bro. So I'm saying to all my brothers, man, don't be out here playing this game and then go to court and try to ask the judge for leniency. You look like a sucker, man. Don't do that. That's all I'm saying.
What if? I mean, cause Kodak young, right? I ain't defending, cause he fucked up when he did that Nipsey shit with me.
Yeah.
I just gotta be honest. Like I'm gonna be 100. Like, he young. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He got his whole life ahead of him.
So I feel like you make certain mistakes. Obviously when you're young, everybody know that you do dumber shit when you're younger.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe.
But do he get a pass because he got caught?
You don't get a pass, but you should. You don't get a pass, but there should be some type of consequence, but it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be the maximum, right? It should be something in the middle.
What you did, yeah. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like some people just do deserve another chance.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm
saying?
I
think everybody does, but I'm just saying, like, understanding the rules.
You can't don't do nothing, and then you come in there. But look at, but think about it when you was a kid, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever got a whooping before?
Absolutely.
Anyone?
Absolutely.
Okay. What you do when you know you messed up?
You trying to plead? You trying to negotiate? But did it ever help? Did it ever work?
No.
It don't work. That's what I'm saying. So it makes no sense. You did something wrong. Imagine trying to reason with your parents. Imagine your kids.
I'm gonna try it though.
You gonna try it, but it ain't gonna work. And after a while, you gonna start learning. Like, okay, it's no point in me even trying to reason. I just gotta take this.
So in other words, I should just not do it.
Exactly. If you don't want the punishment, you gotta understand there's no reasoning. Once you do it, it's a wrap for you. If you go to court, it's a wrap.
So if you can't do the crime, don't do the time.
Yeah.
That's what he's telling you at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So everybody out there on bump, if you ain't got no bail money, you can't pay for no lawyer, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you need somebody else to put money on your books, or you need somebody else to pay to put the money on their phone just so you can call, you probably should be out the street. You probably should leave this alone. Period.
Leave it alone. And you know what? And so perfect example, man. I look around. When we was coming up, it wasn't so popping. It was like we talked about the other day, like the dope boys was a cast that was making the money and stuff. But now it's the scammers.
Yeah.
The scammers they got the bread.
Scammers.
And it's like a lot of, I know people that's scamming, right?
Real scammers.
And you look at it and it's like, you know what? You might be able to dibble and dabble and get you some bread, but it's like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not messing with none of that, because if you can't do the time,
yeah.
Because when they catch up to you, you do fair time when you scamming. So it's like all the money is good and all that. I've seen some people, they cop their little BMWs and all that.
Off the scamming.
They get their loans and all that stuff. I see how it go. But at some point, I always say, man, you can't get right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing wrong, it's gonna be hard to get right. Even if it's working out, it's gonna be hard to get right from wrong, man. So you gotta, if you can't really play that game, don't play that game. Cause when you go to court, it's not no reasoning with the judge.
I'm gonna say this. I'm with you on that, right? If you can't do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, right? But if you in a situation to where you feel like you have to do whatever you gotta do to survive, don't make that shit a habit. Don't make it your everyday,
your bread and butter.
You get what I'm saying? Don't make that parlay that into something
else. But how often do people do that successfully?
Good question. A lot of them don't because they get caught. They make
it don't happen.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's because I do. I'm not gonna knock nobody for if you doing something and you feel you need to do it because you need to survive. Then I can't necessarily say nothing. I can say something, but I can't necessarily be mad. But at the same time, just know that if you're doing something illegal, even if, regardless of if you're doing it for survival or not, it always gonna come with a consequence. Period, point blank. So, you feel me? If you can deal with the consequences, then that's on you. But would I recommend that for anybody? Hell no. Nah. You get me? Nah, I don't recommend jail. I don't recommend you to put yourself in a situation to go to jail. You feel me? So that's my take on that. But speaking of this, while we speaking on jail, what's your take on what's the guy name on death row, bro?
Oh, the cat in Texas.
In Texas, yeah, on death row. So he's on death row, and they're gonna execute him, knowing that the evidence from the case proved that he was completely innocent of what they convicted him for. But I guess they still going along with the
Wow, it says that.
But there's a petition though. There's a petition that everybody can sign that's out there right now.
Oh, so it's Georgia death row inmate. He's supposed to be executed tomorrow.
There's a petition out right now, I guess, to get a stay of execution. So he so they won't execute him, but they're actually about to
it says
execute an innocent man, bro.
Wow, Ray Cromartie. He's 52, scheduled to die for the 1994 shooting death of a store clerk named Richard Sliz or something like that. Yeah, so he's slated to be executed tomorrow. But like you said, I've seen a lot of petitions and things going on. Hopefully that will stop it. But he's in the South, man. They don't play the same in the South, man.
Yeah, you ain't never lied. Because I believe in California, the death row, they actually, I don't know if it's quote unquote, I would say suspended or what, but they're not executing anybody in California, right?
I don't think so. I think that's another show too, man. Like the death penalty and all that. Like who gives you the authority to put somebody to death and what requires death and all that? Like that's crazy. Half of these police, if we gonna go there, but.
Hey, did you see the guy that white man? He actually he was enslaving.
Yes.
His black employee.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So look, y'all, this dude, it was a white man. He was just sentenced to 10 years. He actually enslaved his one of his black employees for 5 years. He's tortured and enslaved him for 5 years. His employee, I guess, was
how did he do that?
He was because his employee was he had mental, I guess, issues. He was a little bit slower. And he had I seen the picture, bro. This fool actually looked like he had a real life, looked like a cell in the restaurant in the back somewhere. But I'm trying to figure out how the hell you pull that off for 5 years.
In a restaurant?
Bro, he had like a cage in the back somewhere that he was putting them in, I guess, bro.
The hell?
Ridiculous. He just got sentenced to 10 years for that. How the hell you enslave your own employee and get away with it? Was nobody else paying attention or everybody else was with this?
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to look that up, man.
Yeah, you gotta look that up. That's on I seen it on World Star too, bro. But he got sentenced to 10 years for enslaving his own employee at the restaurant that he owned.
That's crazy, man.
What kind of shit is that? And you can get away with that for these people off the chain, man. For real.
Well, you got man, it's been real, man. We touched on what's popping today, man. We'll be back in here tomorrow. We might have a guest tomorrow. My mom's gave me some more information. Somebody hit her up. Anything you want to leave the people with? Again, follow me at EMCGEEE. Slapper to Trash It, man. We need to get some artists in here for that.
You already know.
Yeah. Oh, we got a lot coming up, man. Anything you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, for sure, man. Try to stay self-motivated, bro. Motivate yourself. Don't look to nobody else to motivate you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
If you, all you women,
That's
if you want to
fact.
get up and go work out and lose all this weight y'all want to lose, don't sit there and depend on I can't go work out because I don't got no workout partner.
Yeah,
No,
that's
get
terrible.
up and do it yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do in life, get up and do it.
Yeah.
It's all about self-motivating. Don't wait for nobody else to tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, or even just to motivate you. If it's something you want in life, go do it, bro.
That's fact.
Self-motivation is the key.
There it is, man. Peace and Love podcast, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. God is good. Y'all take it easy, man. This some new Boogie. Boogie out of Compton, man, called Expose Me. It's a freestyle he dropped not too long ago, man. He be spitting. We're gonna always bring you something new from the city, man. Yesterday was Compton TG. It's that Boogie, man. So y'all check it out. Again, Peace and Love
What's up,
podcast, man.
Boogie,
Y'all take it easy.
Like I'm your own and keep my faith. Show me to find your road and lead the way. Show me to hold my own for each mistake.
Back to putting all my feelings in. How many times is you gonna ask me where I've been again? Man, I've been gone and found home up in the Sprint event. I pray the city that we in got that 10 gram. I swear she get under my skin when she say I'm overthinking. She calling me a genius, now I think I believe it. She tell me that she love me, but she leave me on the weekends. Cause that's the opposition that I seem to find peace in. Think that it's the right time for me to use a lifeline. Help me when I'm lost and I'm thirsty at the nighttime. Fighting for a lifetime to show you that I'm valuable.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love.